Okay, let's dive into this. Have you ever had that feeling? You're looking at your phone or your laptop, something you were totally happy with just yesterday, and all of a sudden it just feels old, clunky, slow. What changed? Well, nothing about your device, but everything about how you were just made to feel about it.
So picture this guy. Let's call him Marcus. He's in the Apple Store. His phone is only 18 months old. It works perfectly, does everything he needs it to do. But he just watched the latest product announcement, and now he's feeling this weird dissatisfaction. His phone didn't get worse, but in his mind, it's been completely downgraded. He feels like he's already behind the curve.
And that really gets to the heart of the issue, doesn't it? Why does this happen? How does a piece of tech that was the absolute peak of engineering just a year or two ago suddenly feel like a useless paperweight? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's all by design.
There's actually a name for this whole phenomenon, the upgrade illusion, and it is an incredibly powerful force that tech companies have pretty much perfected. It's built on a simple but frankly brilliant idea. Turn your happiness with what you already own into a nagging desire for what you don't.
So what does that actually mean? Well, think about their business model. It's not to sell you one amazing device that's going to last you for years and years, no. It's to sell you basically the same device over and over again with tiny little changes. And the only way they can do that is by manufacturing this feeling of dissatisfaction with the perfectly good stuff you already have.
So, how in the world do they pull this off? It's not some kind of magic trick. It's a very carefully engineered system with a lot of moving parts. And they're all designed to do one thing, make you feel like you're perpetually behind.
It's really a three-pronged strategy, kind of like a 1-2-3 punch. First, they mess with your software, making it feel slower over time. Then, they make the hardware itself a real pain to fix or maintain. And finally, they wrap the whole thing up in this huge cultural event, that annual release cycle, which basically trains us to think our tech has a 1-year expiration date.
I mean, do you remember when Apple had to pay that massive $500 million settlement? They literally admitted to slowing down older iPhones with software updates. That's software obsolescence. Or have you ever tried to get a battery replaced and they quote you a price so high you think, well, I might as well just get a new phone? Yep, that's hardware obsolescence. And it's exactly what the right to repair movement is fighting against. And those big, shiny keynote events, they aren't just selling a new gadget. They are systematically selling you dissatisfaction with your current one.
Now, I know what you might be thinking, but the new tech is better. And yeah, you're not totally wrong. But the real question is, how much better? The marketing talks about these transformational leaps, but the reality for what we actually do every day, texting, scrolling social media, snapping photos, is often a tiny, imperceptible 3 to 5% improvement. It's a difference you might see on a spreadsheet, but one you'll probably never actually feel.
In fact, this is my favorite part. A study from Wayne State University was absolutely fascinating. They gave people a bunch of different flagship phones, but they didn't tell them which was which. And guess what? For everyday tasks, people couldn't reliably tell the new ones from the old ones. That means you're not really paying for a better experience, you're paying for the psychological boost of just knowing you have the latest and greatest. But this isn't just a mind game. It's a financial one, and it has some staggering long-term consequences. So let's actually look at the true cost, not just for your wallet, but for the planet too. So get this, the average American household spends around $1,700 on electronics every single year. Now that number, year after year, adds up in a way that I think most of us just never really stop to calculate. So let's just imagine two different people. Person A, we'll call them the upgrader, is always buying the new thing every couple of years. And person B is the pragmatist. They hold on to their devices longer, maybe they buy refurbished. Well, over 30 years, the upgrader spends an incredible $84,000 on tech, and the pragmatist, just $27,000.
That is a difference of $57,000 in cold, hard cash. Just to put that into perspective for a second, that is a luxury car, it's a down payment on a house, it's a huge boost to your retirement. All of that money just gone, spent on tiny, often unnoticeable upgrades.
But wait, the real number is actually so much bigger. Because that $57,000 isn't just money you spent, it's money you couldn't invest. And if you had invested that difference over 30 years, it could have grown to over $200,000. That right there, that is the true financial cost of the upgrade illusion. It's insane.
And of course, the cost isn't just financial. A huge chunk of a device's entire lifetime carbon footprint comes from just making the thing. So every time we upgrade unnecessarily, we're contributing to this massive environmental problem. Millions of tons of e-waste, huge CO2 emissions, and really destructive mining for all the rare minerals that go into these things.
Okay, so I know this all sounds a little bleak, but the good news is you can absolutely escape this cycle. It really just takes a conscious shift in how you think about your tech and a few practical little steps.
It really boils down to 4 key actions you can take. First, you got to figure out what you actually need your device to do, not what some ad campaign tells you it should do. Second, learn how to take care of what you have to make it last longer. Third, when you do actually need a replacement, be smart about it. And fourth, and this is the big one, get off their upgrade schedule and create your own.
So here's your action plan. Let's be honest with ourselves. Do you really need the world's most powerful processor to scroll through Instagram? Probably not. Simple things like replacing a battery or just putting a case on your phone can add years to its life. Certified refurbished devices, they give you flagship performance for like half the price. And most importantly, you decide when it's time to upgrade, based on your actual needs, not on some flashy keynote.
So here's the crucial point to remember through all of this. That feeling, that itch that you need the new thing, that your current device is somehow not good enough, it's not a real feeling that's coming from you. It's an idea that has been planted in your head by a multi-billion-dollar marketing machine that literally needs you to feel that way to survive.
And that's really the thought I want to leave you with. The next time you feel that pull, that urge to upgrade, just stop and ask yourself this one simple question. Your tech is working just fine. Who exactly profits when you believe that it doesn't?